So I've done a couple of things since last time. Firstly, I've come out of quasi-space in the Aralu territory, basically to have somewhere to mine and use up my fuel so I could summon the Melnome, who should be arriving any moment. And there they are. That was rather quick. Another thing I've done is I've made a map of hyperspace and quasi-space. But I'll talk about that in a minute.
Welcome back, Captain.
Hello, Mr. Melnome. Now, I gathered a lot of alien life form data, so I'll sell that. Lots of credits. And now, I really want that Shiva furnace.
Shiva furnace modules.
Yes. I would like to buy
I'm certain you will appreciate this new module, Captain. With it, you should be able to destroy and devastate twice as fast as before.
Yes.
Commander, that is the limit of the new technology we can offer you. If I may say so, you have been an excellent customer.
And you have been an excellent salesman. Well, I guess the only thing to do with all this extra... Well, for one thing, I need to buy some fuel.
How much fuel do you wish to purchase?
Well, I'm not sure because... Okay, fine. I'll just get...
Fuel.
I'll get 50. Because I don't know how valuable these credits are going to be. Considering that... yeah.
How wonderful.
So I'm going to need to buy information now. Let's see. Alien races.
The Fradash are an arrogant, stubborn, and thick-skinned species who reside in the Draconis and Acadus star systems. They have little or no respect for anything but force, which they admire greatly. To make the Fradash your friends, you should consider killing most, but not all of them. In addition, they guard some kind of sacred relic at the star system Zeta Draconis, though we do not know the true nature of this artifact. The Fradash homeworld is at Delta Draconis.
Interesting. Okay, current events?
You may have noticed the presence of an increasingly large number of red probe vessels.
This is old information.
Which move with great speed and attack relentlessly. We are sorry to say that this is our catalog item 2418B.
I know.
Do not blame us. We are not responsible for this violent folly.
Caveat emptor.
The product is not being used in a correct manner. Should you wish to confront the actual wrongdoers, we suggest you search the planets in Beta Corby for the probe's owners.
Already done. I should get a refund for information I already have, damn it. Alright, alien races.
After the war, the Chenjesku and the Mern chose to be slave-shielded on Chenjesu's homeworld at Procyon. We suspect that they are melding their two species to form some kind of new hybrid race, a race which may well be powerful enough to destroy the Ur-Quan single-handedly. However, by our calculations, this process will take many decades, if not centuries. Should you wish to talk to them, we recommend you invest in a hyperwave broadcasting system, which is powerful enough to penetrate the shield around their world.
Well, can you tell me where I can find that? Maybe the next item of information in this, it will help.
The Mycon are using this time, while the Ur-Quan have their attention elsewhere, to expand their sphere of influence as fast as possible. The Mycon colonize planets by launching tough spore pods from orbit and injecting them under the planet's surface. Months later, after the spores have grown hundreds of thick, fibrous tendrils under the planet's crust, the tendrils suddenly thrust up out of the planet
Fucking hell.
and create huge calderas. Not incidentally, filling the planet's atmosphere with the Mycon's preferred gases. Clouds of superheated steam and sulfuric acid.
Nice. Is that the deep children that the Araloo, I think, mentioned? Interesting. Alright. Current events.
Not more than 50
Doesn't
years
sound
ago,
current.
the Druge were informed by the now extinct Pervixies race of a powerful alien nation called the Utwig.
Funny names.
The Utwig, the Pervixies explained, were pleasant, sophisticated creatures, but they were also terminally depressed and often spoke about ending their lives by activating a super weapon, some kind of gigantic bomb, which they had found on one of their worlds. Zeta Hyades 6b, I think it was.
Think?
The Druge recognized the description of the bomb as a precursor planetarian tool, which indeed was an explosive device of unrivaled power, and they set out to make it their own. Though the revolting, criminal, insidious Druge rarely leave their
Don't like
sphere
those
of
guys, do you?
influence, it encompasses Algol, Almagest, and the Persei stars. They made a special trip on this occasion to the Aquarii constellation, where they made contact with the Utwig. There is a device commonly known as the Ur-Quan. Is it now in your possession?
No.
Ah, I see. The Druge sold this device to the Utwig, explaining that it was a precursor personal magnifier, which would enrich the lives of their entire culture in too many ways to describe specifically. The Utwig, I am sorry to say, fell for the Druge's foul ruse and snapped up the Ur-Quan immediately. Fortunately for us all, the Utwig did not pay the Druge's requested price, the super bomb, and instead gave him a collection of historical oddments and genuine artifacts, which to this day the Druge are trying to unload on unwary buyers.
These are the guys at Zeta Persei that you warned me about, aren't they? Now, are they really as bad as you say, or are they just your competition? That's the question. Historical information has tended not to be too useful, so I'm going to keep focusing on these other things.
Following the end of the war, the Androsynth began experimenting with interdimensional fatigue, a process which is related to your faster-than-light drive, but involves dimensions far more alien than hyperspace.
I'm aware.
They had just made a major breakthrough when they were suddenly wiped out by a race called the Ors, who appeared seemingly out of nowhere. Actually, we don't know what the Ors did to the Androsynth. They're just all gone.
The Ors are perplexing creatures, are they not? Current events again.
The Utwig, who live in the Aquarii
You told me this.
constellation, have grown very depressed of late. They accidentally broke the supposed Ur-Quan sold to them by the felonious Druge. As a consequence, they are morose and melancholic, and will probably be unwilling to help you fight the Ur-Quan. If you wish to gain them as allies, we recommend that you acquire the broken Ur-Quan, as if it ever worked, and find some suitable replacement parts.
Right.
Our information indicates that you could find these items in 3 different places. A rosy sphere at the Druge trade world, an aqua helix somewhere in Pradesh space,
Somewhere.
and a clear spin
I have that.
which is currently in the possession of the proprietor. Captain, that was the last current event we have for sale.
Wow. Looks like I'm really exhausting your catalogue here. Well, I've got 200 credits left. I might as well pay for more useful data on alien races.
The Arilulale are a mysterious race of IDF beings. IDF
Right.
meaning interdimensional fatigue. They do not reside in this
I
galaxy.
know this, damn it.
Or in fact, anywhere in this universe. While it is true that the Arilu are rarely seen far from the Colombe star group, they do make regular, secret visits to your world, and have done so for centuries. Ever since Earth was stage-shielded,
Yeah.
they have focused their attention on the humans aboard the starbase, many of whom are now members of your crew. Though the Arilulale always smile and are never overtly hostile, we believe that they have a secret agenda which somehow involves your planet Earth.
Yeah.
These secret plans may or may not cause grief and woe to you Earthlings.
Yeah. The Arilu are creepy. Okay, one more bit of alien race information.
Just under 20 years ago,
I know
the
this too,
brave
damn it.
and suicidal Shofixi annihilated their species by exploding a precursor device, some kind of bomb, in the interior of their sun. The resulting storm of solar flares cooked the life off the Shofixi homeworld and incinerated over 100 Ur-Quan dreadnoughts which had just entered the system to conquer the Shofixi. In actuality, there are still at least a dozen Shofixi
You
left
told me this
alive in
before.
the galaxy. One or two are at Delta Gorno, guarding the dead hulk of their once beautiful world. Others can be found in Buck's space.
I wish you wouldn't keep selling me duplicate items. Anyway, that's all I can afford now, so I'm done with you.
What else would you like to buy?
Oh, nothing. I'm leaving.
It has been a pleasure dealing with you, Captain.
Yeah, sure. It's been a pleasure taking my money. Okay, now I can go into quasi-space using the quasi-portal. And, yeah, like I said, I've developed a map. Well, I spent a little time sort of going to each of these locations and then reloading, so I could develop a map of the area. And the Earth portal, the one nearest to Earth anyway, is this one. I'm going to pop up a little map of the map that I made on the screen so you can see. Portal 13 leads to, roughly, an area near Sol. So now that I'm there, I can get all that way for 15 fuel units, 10 to go into quasi-space and 5 to travel here to Sol. So I'm gonna head there and equip my mothership with some Shiva furnaces and become an unstoppable juggernaut of death and destruction and stuff.
I'm at your disposal, Captain. I have some information I think you should hear.
Okay.
We have a major situation,
shit.
Captain. As of a few days ago, all Spathi starship captains have vanished from our
What?
starbase. We don't know how or why, but until we receive replacements from Spathiwa, you will be unable to commission any additional Spathi eluder vessels for your fleet.
Fucking cowards! Oh. Okay, I got minerals.
More fuel for the fire, eh, Captain?
That's a lot.
That last load should keep it blazing.
Yeah. Okay, oh, can your scientists analyze what I've acquired since my last visit?
The analysis reads as follows. Subject, quasi-space portal
Oh, yeah.
spawner. Data, device is a hybrid of different alien technologies including Arilu and Ur-Quan elements. Our tests show that this device temporarily creates a weakness in the fabric between hyperspace and a different unidentified dimension. The energy cost for this process is extreme, and since the unit's power supply is self-contained, we cannot estimate how long it will remain functional.
Huh.
Summary? Use of this device will permit a starship to make transit to a different dimension. The hazards and benefits of this process are impossible to gauge without field study. That's the end of our scientist's report.
So it might stop working. Shit. Okay.
Blow up an Ur-Quan for me, Captain.
I'll try. Alright, I'm just going to refit my starship here. Okay, this is kind of an experiment. I have stuck 6 Shiva furnaces in my ship, and my only weapon is the rear-firing weapon. Taking a page out of the Spathi book, and I've also put in 2 tracking units. So hopefully those rear-firing weapons will be able to hit something. And who knows if this will actually work out for the best. Now I think the next order of business is to finally fulfill my promise to the Zokfot. I'm confident I can handle the Ur-Quan ships now, but curiously, the Spathi sphere of influence has disappeared. So perhaps after that, I should investigate what's happened to them. The sphere was originally here. I don't know what's happened to them, but fortunately, wait, I need to get out into hyperspace first. Whoops! Don't land on the moon. Damn it! Done that already. A couple of 100 years ago. Yeah, I'm gonna. I hope I haven't doomed the Spathi so quickly by forcing them to betray the Ur-Quan. I might feel bad about that. Now, it's portal 14, which leads us out near the Zokfot territory, right into the middle of Ur-Quan space. Mr. Lanier, take us into the fire. Set course for Alpha Tucanae. Should be fast enough to avoid them, but I feel like taking some on anyway. Let's take this one on. This is undoubtedly an Ur-Quan. God, there's another one too.